Sir, I don't know your name. Just state your name, who you represent.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. My name is, and I have private practice, litigation practice in Dallas, and I've represented the Dallas Morning News for a number of years. There's other people here, working journalists, that can explain best the importance of date of birth information to the news gathering function that the newspapers in the state about a particular piece of litigation that is still in the courts because this bill very much has the potential of that litigation that has been in the courts now for a number of years. And what that is in 2006, the comptroller brought a lawsuit under the Texas Public Information Act, as that act provides to seek a declaration that the comptroller did not have to produce date of birth information in response to a request by the Dallas Morning News. That case was the Dallas Morning News. I've been defending the Morning News in that case against the claims of the comptroller since 2006. Both the Attorney General, the Court of Appeals, the 3rd District Court of Appeals, in this public information under the Texas Public Information Act. The newspaper has been litigating that case in good faith. We've been playing by the rules. We followed all the procedures under the Act. In court, the comptroller takes the position that the date of birth information are excluded from public disclosure, to make that information now confidential. Obviously, if date of birth information of public employees is already confidential, then this bill is just not needed at all.
What would it hurt then?
Well, the comptroller is telling the courts one thing and telling the Senate and this committee another thing. That's really what I'm trying to point out. The courts, that's the position. That case has now been appealed once again by the comptroller. It is pending in the Texas Supreme Court. The Texas Supreme Court has recently accepted the case. We're probably going to get a ruling here in the next, and my suggestion would be let's hear from the Supreme Court and then determine if there's any need to.
The courts, as you well know, if you're a lawyer, are full of cases that are questioning the clarity or the intent of given laws, and we frequently pass laws to resolve that matter. Are you against that concept?
No, not at all. Not at all. What I'm saying is the Supreme Court is poised to speak on this case. I think the Senate will be better informed once we have the Supreme Court interpret that. Either there's going to be, from the comptroller's standpoint, a need for further legislation or not.
Change it, and if you lose, you'd want us to.
I'm sure that's the case,
but
but
be human nature.
Yeah. Okay. Part of this bill, there's two aspects of dates of birth information. We clearly oppose that. Other part of this bill would provide a study, a task force to study this issue. I think that's a good idea, and I think that's the appropriate action to take now, especially given the pending case in the courts, which we've litigated in good faith. We didn't bring that lawsuit. We've just been defending ourselves in that lawsuit.
Okay. Sir, state your name and who you represent.
If I may divert to Ms. LaFleur, who has a claim to catch. She's an out-of-town witness as well. Some of us